Okay, so by now, if you've been subbed to this channel for a long time, you probably know I'm a big Batman fan. And, well, the Flash movie has Batman in it, to say the least. Now, this video will contain spoilers for the Flash movie. So if you don't want no spoilers or anything spoiled for you, please leave now and come back at a later date when you've seen the movie. Um, yeah, so there are three Batmen in the movie. Spoilers, so there are three Batmen in the movie. Michael Keaton, Ben Affleck Batman, and at the very end of the film, George Clooney Batman. So I have a lot of feelings about this movie, and not many of them are good. Um, so this is not really going to be the longest of reviews. It's my first review, so it's probably going to be shit. But I just want to say that from my raw reaction to this movie, didn't really like it that much. Um, so this film was based on the Flashpoint Paradox storyline, comic book, animated movie adaptation, whatever. This was basically a live action adaptation, even though we've technically got that before in the Flash TV show on CW, but that doesn't really count because that was a little very different, to say the least. However, that did have one thing in it that the film did not have, something that's quite crucial to the Flashpoint storyline, and that was a villain. And that villain was Eobard Thawne. Now, Eobard Thawne was very missing from this film. I didn't like the fact that this film didn't really have a villain. Yes, there was technically Dark Flash, and yes, there was General Zod. Zod didn't really do a whole lot, and Dark Flash, again, was not really too much either. Um, I wouldn't really say any of them are the main villains. You didn't really get like a speed fight between Barry and Dark Flash, which kind of pissed me off to say the least. But just me. Zod, I kind of expected. Well, I wouldn't really say I expected too much with Zod because we've already had him in Man of Steel. But I do think that it was a little weird that Supergirl was able to beat him in the first fight that they had. Considering the fact that Supergirl was a lot weaker than Superman. Um, Considering the fact she was buried under, in like the earth, like under the ground of like I don't know how deep, but basically she was buried really deep, no sunlight. I'm pretty sure I seen red solar lights in there, so she was weakened. Don't know how people knew she was weak to red solar lights, but whatever. Um, so basically she was weakened down there. And yet, when she came up, she was able to take on a general of the Kryptonian army. Seems a little strange because Superman did it because he'd been exposed to yellow sunlight for what 30 years or something, so it makes sense that he could do it. But when you're talking about Supergirl, someone that had been buried under the ground, not getting exposed to the sunlight until when she was saved by the two Barrys and Michael Keaton Batman, um, there wasn't really much there for her to get powered to charge whatever. But so basically, she beat him kind of. Then he got the arm surprise, stabbed her, blah blah blah. She died. Um, but whatever. This isn't really. I'm not really trying to go over the whole film here, so I'm just kind of pulling out what I liked and what I didn't like. Which what I liked was a lot less than what I didn't like. So what did I miss? So yeah, okay, yeah, at the very beginning with Ben Affleck Batman, Batman's probably the main thing I need to talk about here because while I've ranted on about Thawne, which that pissed me off, Thawne is a crucial part of Flashpoint. He should have been there, and also the fact that he didn't kill Barry's parents was kind of annoying to me. Oh, sorry, Barry's mum, not his dad. He didn't kill his dad. He, made his dad go to prison. But the fact that that wasn't Thawne annoyed me, and the fact that Thawne wasn't in the film as a villain annoyed me too. Um, yes, Thorn would probably be a bit too OP for this Barry, considering this Barry is a lot is a lot less inexperienced than the Barry, or is a lot less experienced than the Barry from the CW show, and on a hell of a lot less inexperienced than Thorn. So Thorn may be a little too above this Barry. However, two Barrys fighting Thorn would definitely make a believable loss for Thawne. Um, so they could have definitely had that. in that placed in the film. Uh, but they didn't have Thorn in the film. But that's besides the point. The Batman incidences that I have at the very beginning, where you have Ben Affleck Batman, you could tell this film was definitely more connected to Josh Whedon's Justice League than Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I kind of expected, but it pisses me off even talking about it now because Zack Snyder's Justice League was so much better. Like that film was so good. Um, we're never gonna get the conclusion of Darkseid coming to Earth. We're never getting that. Pisses me off. Hopefully, maybe we'll get it in a comic somewhere. Unlikely, I know, but I can hope, can't I? But basically, at the beginning of the film, they basically made Batman. I mean, okay, yeah, I get it. He was technically had the lasso of truth on him and stuff, but he was acting a bit like a simp for Wonder Woman. And yeah, I get it. There's some, the Justice League films did kind of set something up there, but not to the extent Batman was acting. Like that was odd, to say the least. And then you've got like, Michael Keaton Batman. On the for the second of the Batman, didn't I actually didn't have many problems with him, except for the fact he was a hermit. I didn't really understand that. And it was said in the film that it was because he saved Gotham. There was no crime going on in Gotham. Gotham was one of the safest cities in America. It's a big part of Batman's character that his war on crime can never be finished, and the fact that he did finish it and became a hermit, big beard, long hair, was a little strange to me. And the fact that when he was offered, you want to help save the world, he was like, nah. That was a little sorry about that, guys. That was a little strange that he refused. First off, if that was the case, there is a theory that or a possibility that it was because Alfred died, which okay, yeah, I can kind of see that. But when you go into the comics, Alfred has literally been killed by Bane, and the Batman did not give up. If anything, Batman just went more resolved and got more angry toward Bane and went after Bane to try and take Bane down and you know well, not kill him because it's Batman, but break. Well, yeah, I think Batman in the end actually broke Bane's spine or broke his back. Um, what else happened in the film? But oh yes, I did. The favorite thing about the film, which did actually involve, which this involved Michael Keaton's Batman, was when he explained the timeline. I really like this because this basically shows that Michael Keaton's Batman or Batman in general isn't just prep master or detective. He knows science and he knows his time travel. Like in Endgame when Bruce and Tony were like, oh yeah, this is possibly how the space time continuum works and stuff like that. We can't really break time because it'll likely be, blah blah blah, something like Back to the Future, whatever. The way Batman explained that as well shows to those people that say that Batman's intellect is overrated, shows that Batman's intellect is not really that overrated. I mean, personally, I don't think Batman's intellect is overrated. It can be underrated at times, especially when you say Spider-Man's smarter than Batman. Looking at you, Voids. Well, that's if you're watching this, Voids. If you're watching this, Voids, fuck you. But anyway, that aside, Batman was done well in that scene. Well, not really the whole scene because there's a hand in that scene, but pretty much, I like that little conversation that he did, and the way he explained it with spaghetti was pretty cool. Big spaghetti fan over here, so what, maybe a little biased towards spaghetti. Used to be my favorite food. Now it's noodles, as most of you probably know. But anyway, so that's the point. So yeah, basically, for the last Batman being George Clooney's Batman. Now, I didn't have any problems with George Clooney's Batman and Batman and Robin. Yes, he wasn't exactly my favorite Batman. However, I do think he made a very good Bruce Wayne. I will say though, I don't really know what the reception's gonna be of him being the new DCEU Batman. Obviously, we still have Robert Pattinson Batman, but it's not really DCEU. It's not DCEU at all. That's like different continuity, different connection, blah blah blah, whatever. Um, but I think it could be pretty decent, maybe. Definitely as Bruce Wayne because, like I said, I did enjoy seeing as Bruce Wayne. Um, but we can see that, and I think Supergirl's character arc was a little rushed. The way she was buried under the earth for so long, and then she just came back and just trusted humans pretty easily. I think there should have been more character development there with Supergirl. I would have been less surprised if she just joined Zod, because I mean, I think she's gonna be more loyal to Kryptonians than the people that literally imprisoned her. But you know, yeah, but anyway, I think that's pretty much all I had to talk about today. Pretty much gone over the whole review. Pretty much, it's not really the biggest review, or just my Well, generally, so basically, the result of this, let's go into the result of this movie. It's definitely not the worst multiversal film I've seen. Like, the worst multiversal film I've seen was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. However, apart from that one, it was worse than all three of the Spider-Man films, and worse than, I know it wasn't a movie, but worse than The Crisis on Infinite Earths for CW, which I do think was kind of underrated, but at the same time, I didn't really like what they did to Kevin Conroy's Batman, where they kind of just killed him off with Batwoman, which is strange. Oh yeah, and he also went on killing rampages and killed Superman, no less. But anyway, besides the point. Um, this movie was decent. Well, it wasn't really decent. I'd say it was like below decent, but it wasn't horrible or anything like that. There were good elements from it, but the good elements were mostly carried by nostalgia and stuff like that. However, I will say that it was far from great or good. It wasn't good. It was far from great or good. I wouldn't even say it was decent, to be honest. Like, it was below decent, but like the nostalgia and stuff did carry this movie. Did make it somewhat okay. But again, the whole fact of no phone and all that was really annoying and really pissed me off a bit. But yeah. Anyway, um, this is a bit unregular for me to release a review. I just thought I'd try it out, reviewing the film, especially when I'm just fresh off seeing it. Don't really know if I'll do much more of this in the future. Let me know if you did like this in the comments. If you want me to do more reviews like this of films I see and stuff like that, and I'll probably like to keep them like fresh films that I've just seen in the cinema or recently seen or something, because I did literally just see this film. Um, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. So peace out, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make more videos like this or reviews or whatever. And I'll see you guys next time. So peace out, guys.